what is it that we do? How can we provide value where the consumer can otherwise find that value online? What is our relevance in this marketplace and the marketplace of the future that the consumer can't otherwise find online? What can we provide?
Yeah.
And if we can't figure that out moving forward, we are no longer relevant. And with all the disruptors in the marketplace and the people that are offering commissions at 1% or whatever the discount brokers are that are out there, they will have a place in this marketplace until agents as a whole find a way to offer that value.
And I think you hit it right in the nose, man. Like, I don't think everyone is forward thinking like you. I think that, the way we do things that's worked for everyone in the past is awesome. It's worked in the past, but that's the past. People are going to realize, well, crap, I can Google it and I know just as much as that person does. Right. So why would I want to work with them or work with Nate Dart, who closes a whole lot more?
Well, yeah, and I'm not knocking the average agents. I mean, everybody's got to get started, and where the average agent is selling 4 houses, we're helping 150 families a year on average.
That's right.
And I don't say that to try to impress anybody, but I think it's important for our clients, the customers that we serve, that they understand that we're in this business. This is what we do full time. We don't say it to try to impress, but impress upon them how important it is to work with agents that truly have the experience necessary to navigate through these different times. Because consumers, clients, they deserve more, they deserve better than what they're otherwise receiving today. And that's why those disruptors are in our marketplace.
That's exactly right. And I love it, man. And one of the reasons why we, our team, and I love working with you and the Dart team, Dart Homes team, is because we know that the real estate side is going to be taken care of.
It's our team, our relationship that we've been able to grow and be able to offer these experiences for our clients that have made both of our experiences for our clients that much better. Because we've tied in, you offer a higher level of certain education to the clients that we serve to really help them get an educated view of regards to how they should formulate their finances to be comfortable in the loan that they receive. Because the first thing I say to a client when they're looking and what price range are they interested in, I want to know what price range, but I want to know what price range they're ultimately going to be comfortable in. And I don't know what price range they're comfortable in. They may not know what price range they're comfortable in until they actually have a consultation with you.
Right.
And when it comes down to it, I want them to be able to maintain and excel in the lifestyle that they're currently living. I don't want them to be tied short because they're in a loan that they can't otherwise afford. And that's important. And you do a great job of educating the consumer to what they think they know, like I said before, to what they don't know.
Too often times we're thinking about the loan as debt.
Yep.
And when you're in an environment where we are now, a low interest rate environment, and we can talk about recessions and stuff, and we probably could go really deep into this, but I know that's not the topic of this. But we are headed in a situation where interest rates are going to be lower, and for various reasons. And so it's not about us being able to get a loan that's going to buy the biggest house possible, but it's about how we can structure that loan so it fits your goals.
Yeah,
so
right.
we look at a loan as an investment vehicle. Because if you're looking to buy a home, right, that's an investment. So if you've got an X amount of dollars that you're going to contribute or invest into an investment, like let's say you have $100,000, that $100,000, if you want to, let's say, buy $100,000 of Apple stock, well, you got to put that whole $100,000 in to buy the Apple stock, right? But if you have $100,000 to invest in a mortgage or in a house, right, we can leverage that so you can buy a $800,000 house or $1 million house for a $100,000 investment.
Right.
Now, of course, we're going to make sure that fits the financial needs, like payment-wise and so on and so forth.
And it's a responsible financial decision.
It's a responsible financial, exactly.
And that's such a major difference. I've grown up in this business my entire life. I'm second generation in the business. I started in 2002, so I saw the highs and I was a part of the lows. And so many times we had lenders in our marketplace that weren't being responsible with what is that they're providing to the clients. Now, fortunately, I had the pleasure of working with you. So my clients, they didn't end up in short sale and or foreclosure. That's why I'm so confident when I provide a client to you, for you to be able to do the loan, that they're going to be getting something that, one, they're comfortable with, and two, they're making a responsible financial decision in moving forward. And it's going to be so important because we're going to have ups and downs in real estate. There's no question.
Yeah.
It's
a market.
It's a market.
It wouldn't be called a market if it kept going up, right?
Yeah, and the reality is, you and I both, our crystal balls, from at least what I can tell, are just as good as anybody else's. Well, we can't forecast where this market's going to go, but.
Nate, I will tell you what I can forecast, and my middle name is Nostradamus, and I will tell you, it's not really Nostradamus, but I will tell you that it is a market, and there's going to be highs and lows. If you're looking for a long-term investment, you're going to end up positive for sure.
Sure.
But I do know if anyone's working with you, if anyone decides to work with you, I think that is probably the biggest and the best decision they're going to make, because you're going to put them into a home that that eventually is going to appreciate. And I think it's going to best fit their needs. And I've seen it happen. And there's a lot of good agents, but there's very few great agents, and that's what makes you, a top of the heap there.
When somebody comes to me looking to buy a home, sell a home, I'm not leveraged based on a point of scarcity of where my next transaction is going to come from.
Oh.
I can be in a place of abundance because, when the right house comes up for my clients, then that's going to be the right time. I don't need to just shove them into just any property, as well as for my sellers that I serve. For my sellers in particular, I want to ensure that they net as much money as possible in regards to that sale. If it means that we have to wait longer in order to ensure that happens, then we do. But what we find is that within the first 25 days that our house is on the market, that's what I want to be able to capitalize on. Because that window of opportunity, once that window closes, you don't get that back.
Right.
So for the sellers that we serve, we ensure that we identify the right price in the marketplace. We identify, obviously, the people that we need to market to and expose their property to as many people as we can. Because when I do that, I can ensure that we expose them to as many people as possible, create that momentum, that synergy around that property. We got a green light here.
Oh, hey, am I driving? I think I'm driving. Sorry. Asian driver.
No, but we got to pick the right price in today's marketplace. And when it comes to pricing, I don't get to pick the price. My sellers, they don't get to pick the price. Price is ultimately determined what these buyers are willing to pay.
Right, that's
so
right.
It's a lot of things going on here in the marketplace.
Yeah, I think that the house prices are going to be based on what people want to pay for it, right? Going back to the disruptors and going back to the discount, the 1%ers, and we're not going to mention any names.
No, of course not.
But I think that they have to do that because they're discounting their value, right?
Right.
And where I see it is, I think that once you discount your value, then you're saying, okay, well, it's all about the price, and it's all about what's out of pocket, as opposed to, hey, if I should listen to someone that knows what they're talking about, maybe they can put me in a creative position where, regardless of what the commission fee or commission structure is, I'm going to make more money when it's all said and done.
Well,
right?
there's the old saying, which we've heard, you said it yourself, in the absence of value, it always comes down to price.
Right.
And there will always be a place for discount brokers and disruptors in a marketplace when the consumers, the clients, are underserved. But you got to look at the numbers.
Bingo.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand the numbers. When people think they're getting a listing, or they're hiring an agent for 1%, for one, it's not 1%. That might be the listing agent's fee, but they still have to co-op at something.
Right.
So It's not 1%. It may be at 4.5%, or it's at 4%, whatever it might be. It's not 1%. I think that we have to be clear.
For sure.
But if you're looking at the numbers, because that's really the most important thing for the seller, is what do they ultimately net at the end of the sale? It's not all about the commission. It's making sure that you align yourself with an agent that has the experience and that can expose you to as many people as possible, creating that competitive advantage, ensuring that your property is exposed to as many people as possible, demanding the very highest price possible. That's the difference.
I just hit it.
50 miles an hour.
Oh, okay. Asian driver.
I don't know that pickup truck behind you is going to really appreciate the Porsche driving 10 miles an hour.
Exactly. Well, he's going to notice that I am Asian and with two hands on the wheel. Well, I have had a few tickets on this.
In this car?
Road, yeah.
Okay.
And actually, there's a really good story I can tell you, but I can probably tell you off the air.
And I think it's important that consumers, they don't have to just meet with me. They can meet with the discount brokers as well. And you have to compare for yourself to see what truly will be the best fit for them. No different than your industry. Like when I meet with buyers and they ask me for a recommendation in regards to lenders, I provide them options. Now, the reality is when I provide options, whether it be you as well as one other lender for them to be able to consider, they choose you. But the reason why is because of the value that you're able to provide. Now, will they still go online and identify other lenders and options? Of course they will. But what you're able to provide in that brief moment that you just had that initial conversation with them, you're able to provide so much value because you're truly educating them to the process, more so than they can ever receive online, whether it be, I'm not even going to mention their names, that they're not even going to consider working with these people.
I'm getting teary-eyed over here, Nate. Thank you.
It's a real kiss-ass session, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, are we gonna like start making out soon?
I don't know.
I hope not.
I hope not. I know.
Danielle would be really mad at me if that happens.
Yes, Lorraine would be as well. So
I can't think of anybody else I'd rather have doing this than with Nathan Dart, my buddy and partner, truly, not partner in life, but partner in business.
Yes. Yes.
One of the most respected people that I know, that I personally respect. I mean, you're right up there with God and and Lorraine Walkland, my better half. But seriously, no. I mean, I can't think of anybody else I would want to do this inaugural show with than with you. So thank you so much for being on Cruising with Chong, the first one.
My pleasure. Well, Chung told me we're going out to dinner. Are we not going out to dinner right now? What are you taking me to?
We're going.
Where are we driving? You just drive me in the car to do what? What are we doing?
We're going to go to happy hour, I think.
Is that what we're doing? How are we getting home?
Uber.
Ubering.
We're responsible Cruising with Chongers.
The show is now Ubering with Chung.
That's right.
Yeah. You'll pick up that section later.